90 buckets of when you were late, all type of information. So it's a complete, very, very complete and thorough report. Well, what is the importance of credit usage, and how does credit usage affect my score? Credit usage has to do with, if I get a credit card and I let it sit out there and it's a zero balance and it's been sitting out there for years, how much does that impact my score? Well, the answer really is very little. After 6 months of no activity, it really does not give you the boost that you're looking for of having that trade line on there. The best way, the best method, what to do with a credit card, you want to have 3 revolving credit cards. Not 5, not 1, 3. And I'm giving you this advice based upon having the best score possible. This is what drives the best score possible. 3 credit reports, 1 installment loan, which is like a furniture loan or a car loan or even a student loan, and then also a mortgage. So we're building toward the mortgage. So what we want to do is start with those 3 trade lines, or those 3 credit cards. The best ones to have are $1,000 limit, $1,000 limits or higher, with a balance to limit ratio, which basically means how much money you owe on the card based upon what the card high limit is, of under 10%. So, for example, if I have a $1,000 card and I have a $990 balance, I've got a 99 to 100 balance to limit ratio. I'd like to have that ratio, in order to have the score optimized, under 10%, but not 0. If you pay it down to 0, then the utilization of that card goes to 0, and that doesn't help your account as much. So keep it somewhere around 10% and under, but do keep a balance on it. Whether it's a credit card you won't charge your monthly gasoline on or whatever you do, try to keep those ratios in that range. And if you're looking to have your credit run in order to obtain a place on a rent-to-own, and you want to maximize the score, the quick fix right before you have the landlord or whoever's got the mortgage broker or whoever's going to run your credit, is the quick fix is to pay those balance limit ratios down to that threshold and then have them run your credit. And by the way, the credit report is a snapshot in time. So if you pay it down a day before and then you have them running the credit the next day, as long as that payment has been recognized by the bank, for example, or the credit card company, and then subsequently reported to the credit bureaus, that would affect your score in a positive manner. So keep that in mind right before you do any sort of purchase, even if it's a furniture loan or, once again, running of the credit report for a home. How do you go about obtaining new credit? Well, sometimes it's easy. You just go out, basically apply for it, and you get approved. But if you've got a score that's under 560, which is kind of where the threshold is for obtaining like a MasterCard or a Visa card, if you're under that threshold, it's more of a 2-step process. You then have to get the bad things off the credit report and then come in behind it with an application for credit. There are also some other places that will look at giving you credit even with lower scores. One of them is carecredit.com. Obviously www, but anyhow, what they are is like a medical card, but they report as a revolving trade line on the credit report. And it's real slick. It comes up on your credit report with a $500, perhaps, if that's what they had you approved for, limit with a 0 balance, and it's a revolving trade line. And it could be on your credit report within a matter of a couple of days. But I would caution anyone who uses Care Credit to make certain that you pay it off in the specified time that you have made arrangements with them. What they'll do is they'll pay, let's say you will go to a doctor or a dentist, better yet. And the dentist takes Care Credit, and your bill ends up being $400. You put it on your Care Credit card, they pay the dentist. And then they arrange a payment program with you, and the payment program may exist for 12 months. And if you go 12 months in 1 day, beyond, they hit you with all that back interest that would have accrued up to that point in time. So they're looking to accelerate all that interest. So it's an excellent tool to establish credit, even with people who have scores under 560, but I would caution, it's not for the faint of heart. If you are going to go over that time frame, they will hit you with all that accelerated interest, and you will owe it, and you will have to pay it as well. So Care Credit is a great one. Another one would be your local furniture store. Aaron's Credit's a very good one for this. And if you're looking to establish credit, go in and buy a coffee table, go in and buy a lamp, something simple, just something to establish credit and put it on their monthly payment program and pay it off over the given time. And many of them have 120 days, same as cash. But yet they'll still report on the credit report that item is being paid on, and then it will show paid whenever the entire item is paid off. So it's an excellent, excellent tool to establish credit. Probably the best tool, though, to establish new credit is your local banking institution. Here locally in the Pittsburgh area, it's PNC, S&T. They have what they call credit builder programs. Huntington Bank is another one. Here's the way they work. You walk into the bank and you ask about this credit builder program. If they have it, great. If they don't, you can even suggest it to your branch manager of the bank. What you'll do is you'll have them issue you a loan, independent of credit score, and many of them will do it without even an application fee. And the loan pays off or pays for a CD, or certificate of deposit. You may have to, and once you get this CD or certificate of deposit, the CD is written in favor of you and the bank. Once the CD is paid off, or the loan that's associated with the CD is paid off, the CD becomes yours. They take the CD and they basically put it in their bank vault, and they hold on to it. You make the payments over time to pay off the loan that's associated with the CD. So whenever that CD matures, you not only get the CD, the value of the CD, but it's a full maturity value, so you're going to gain interest as it goes along. Now you may have to pay some interest on this loan, interest probably above what the CD rate is, but think of it this way. Think of it as a forced savings. And you're basically saving money for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is, or if it's a year, it's a Christmas club type thing. And whenever that CD matures, you basically have your Christmas fund. That is very advantageous to the banks. Why do they want to do something like this? It gets you in their bank. Especially if you're not a customer of that bank yet, what you want to do now is become a customer. Open a checking account. That's your leverage to also work with or have them establish this certificate of deposit or credit builder program through the secured CD. So it's an excellent, excellent tool. I've done it myself, and I can't say enough about what it's done to my credit score, and I've had many, many other people do it as well, and I can't say enough good things about it. So look for that with your local bank. So those are 3 really effective tools for establishing credit going forward, even if you don't have much credit at all. So Paul, what is the minimum credit score for getting a loan? Well, that's a moving target. If you asked me that question about 6 months ago, it was 620. Nowadays, they've loosened up a little bit. We're down to around 600. So anything over 600, depending upon how much of a down payment you have, what area you're looking to buy in, and a lot of other related criteria, is going to depend upon your eligibility for the loan, or at least will help you to qualify for the loan. So anywhere from 600 to 800, obviously, is the range you're looking for. Within that wide range, there are separate little subcategories: 600 to 620, 620 to 640, and it goes by 20 points, 660 and above, and so on. And each time you jump from one bucket to the next, excuse me, what happens is you actually get better terms for your loan. Rates go down, amount of points that you pay lessen each time you go up the food chain or up the scale in terms of credit score. It's called loan level price adjustments, and it's put on by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which is who buys these loans. So it's not your local bank, and it's not your mortgage broker trying to squeeze an extra buck out of you whenever they're trying to get your loan approved, and they say you've got to pay an extra point or 2 for the loan. It's not going directly into their pocket. It's the cost of doing business for that loan because your score is not at a 740. So even if you're starting and you're watching this video and you're seeing that your score is starting around 640, you may still want to look at your credit report and see what you can do to bump it up above 660 and so on. What a good improvement in score is like you said before, around 80, 85 points, 100 points is what can be anticipated if you do follow the correct procedure or work with somebody who is working on your credit file in trying to help you repair your credit profile, somebody professional who has all the tools and resources that are needed. So how do you choose somebody? Who should you choose to do credit restoration for you? You understand now that the online procedures don't work nearly as well. We understand that downloading a form from the internet doesn't work nearly as well because it's the same form over and over again. So who should I choose? Should I go to my local attorney? Should I go online and look for a credit restoration company? Well, what you might want to do is look at the company in a little bit more detail. Cost is really very irrelevant. It's not a matter of cost, it's a matter of job. Now they should be able to perform their work for you at a cost that is reasonable. But the job that they're doing is how do they pay their employees? The companies that do, or you would consider to do credit restoration, how do they pay their employees? Are they paid based upon, and when I say employees, I'm talking about the person that's working on improving your credit report or your credit profile. So in other words, your counselor, if you will. How's that person paid? And why is that significant? Well, if that person is paid by hour, they're trying to get as many on and off their desk as possible, and they're basically using the same formula for you as they are for the next guy, and there's no customization work involved whatsoever in the procedure. If you work with a credit restoration company who pays their employee that's working on your file by the number of items that are removed from your credit profile or the number of items that are moved from the negative section to the positive section, therefore they're incenting their people to give you the best results possible, that would be very key for me as to who I would select for a credit repair company. Plus, how many months are they going to work on my credit report? How long are they going to work? Months? Years? And that becomes relevant too. Look for a company that will only do your credit restoration for a period of anywhere from 6 months to definitely less than a year. Because remember we talked about the frivolous tag? You don't want to have even a company that's working for you trigger a frivolous dispute. Once again, a customized dispute is as far from frivolous as possible because its customization basically means that they're doing a different dispute each time they're working on your behalf. So look for a company that does customized disputes, that is fairly reasonably priced, that collects money over a monthly time frame, not over all at once up front, because that is actually illegal for companies to take money for a service not yet rendered. In other words, I'm going to take $500 now and, let's just hope your credit report improves because we're going to do this work for you over the next 6 months or a year. So look for a company that has a monthly payment program and a company that you can cancel at any point in time. A company that does the customized work would be extremely important. So where would I find such a company? Well, one company is our company. Credit Investigation Service is the name of our company. You can see us on the World Wide Web at www.creditinvestigationservice.com. All those words are singular, and when you go up there, you'll see a video on the front page, and that video is 2 minutes and 12 seconds long, and I'd advise you to take a look at the video because it basically tells what the procedure is about, how it works, why it works, those type of things. Also, our phone number is area code 412-242-2733. We are on Facebook, just Facebook Credit Investigation Service. Also, we have a Twitter account, and if you'd like, you could sign up for our monthly newsletter. And finally, I'd like to offer a free analysis for anybody watching this video. That's our throw-in. We will analyze your credit report free of charge. And that is independent of whether you got your credit report from annualcreditreport.com or you got it from your local mortgage broker or you already had it from another website such as freecreditreport.com. If you have a copy of the report, you can email it to us. The best way would be email it directly to myself, Paul Ritter. That's Paul, as my name, P-A-U-L, Ritter, R-I-T-T-E-R, at creditinvestigationservice.com. It'll come directly to me through a secured server. And if you put either in the body of it or in the subject line your phone number, I will give you a call back and offer you or perform for you a free analysis. And here's what the free analysis will be. It would be not only what is on the credit report that would deem to be inaccurate, erroneous, obsolete, or perhaps unverifiable, But I'll also go over a plan of action for you, what we would do to have these items disputed. So we'll identify them and we'll cover what we're going to do. And if at that point in time it feels like something you'd like to move forward with, we can talk about it then. So I want to thank you for your time, and I wish you the best of luck in whatever your endeavors. And once again, congratulations on taking the step to consider renting to own or lease to own, and we'd like to help you in any way we can. Thanks again.